I'll be honest, lately I've been feeling just a little bit of a... You're inhuman.
No, I'm in touch with humanity.
You ought to see me with the 357 Magnum. I'm awesome.
How it started. Versus.
Part of waking up is realizing just how toxic the modern environment is. The food you eat, toxic. The water you drink, toxic. The air you breathe, toxic. The household products you use, toxic. Carcinogenic pesticides on your food.
Should Christian churches celebrate a Passover? Well, I don't know why we would, because the Passover has been fulfilled in the supper of the Lamb. So if you're reading through the Bible in 1 year along with me, we covered Exodus 12 and 13 this morning, which is the story of the original Passover. And what that original Passover prefigured was the sacrificial death of the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. Of course, it's no accident that Jesus was arrested and crucified and resurrected during Passover week. He was the fulfillment of that Passover. And not only that, but on the very night of the Passover, what did Jesus do? He instituted the Supper of the Lord, or Holy Communion, or the Eucharist, or whatever you want to call it, in which the Son of the Father, this Passover Lamb, gives us his very own body to eat and his blood to drink, so that in this meal we receive forgiveness of sins and life and salvation. So you can think about it this way. This is an analogy that my good friend Dan Price uses. So once you have your wedding rehearsal, you don't celebrate your wedding rehearsal again. Of course, nobody does that. You continue to celebrate your marriage, your wedding that took place. Well, throughout the centuries, the old Passover of the Old Covenant was like the wedding rehearsal. This was God's way of getting his people ready, rehearsing them so they would be ready for the Messiah, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. So we don't celebrate the wedding rehearsal again. We celebrate the marriage supper of the Lamb.